All right, so this clothes and sneakers designed by Kanye West used to fly off the shelves. You know this in minutes. When his decision to wear that White Lives Matter t-shirt and a string of anti-Semitic remarks forced apparel companies to finally, after waiting too long, some of them pull his gear. Now, a pair of radio hosts are stepping in to prevent Kanye West from ever making a cent off gear stain by what is viewed as a racist response, obviously, to Black Lives Matter. CNN national correspondent Bryn Gingras has more. So there are two people that have done something, copyright. They own the copyright to White Lives Matter.
Yeah, this is such an interesting story because they actually were not the original owner. So I'll get into that in just a minute. But the copyright right now belongs to two black men, Ramses Jah and Quentin or Q Ward. Now, they host a racial justice radio show called Civic Cypher. And they say they became the legal owners of the trademark to the phrase White Lives Matter for its use on clothing last month in order to prevent West or anyone else from profiting from that slogan. Have a listen.
As you've seen, even though he says some really hurtful, divisive, and sometimes crazy things, he has a bit of a zealot following. And every time he releases something, it sells out, right? So he still, in the face of offending all these people, stood to gain, a significant amount financially by putting this term on shirts and calling it fashion. So if there was something that we could do to stand in the way of that, then absolutely, let's sign up for it.
Good for them. Okay, so what's super interesting here is that the hosts, again, weren't the original owners of the copyright. It was actually one of their listeners who filed for the trademark rights the same day Ye wore that shirt at the Paris Fashion Show, clearly having the sense that this could become a major issue. That person who does want to remain anonymous then ultimately handed it over to Civic Cypher. So that it's just, I find it so interesting when people have the wherewithal to just think ahead like that.
Talk
right?
about actually doing something. I mean, how do John Ward feel about holding the copyright to the phrase that, I should note here, the Anti-Defamation League has categorized as a hate slogan? Clearly what matters is the intent, why they did it, for what purpose.
Yeah, they say they have a huge responsibility here, right? They know that if that is in the wrong hands, and they know that if Ye was able to go with it, it could be in a lot of the wrong hands.
Yep.
And so they say they made that decision, not lightly. They thought about it for quite a while, and then they just said, we have a responsibility here to make sure it doesn't end up in the wrong hands.
Fascinating. Thank you.
It's so fascinating.
Taking real action.
Yay.
Good one, Don. How long are you waiting for that one?
I don't know. It just came to mind.